Hey, so, I feel like this problem needs to be addressed in the Dandy's World community. And I don't just mean to the people who are in the fandom. This literally needs to be addressed to Quell herself as well. The main issue we are facing as a community is the toxicity in all aspects of the community surrounding this game. Whether that be the toxic players, the pro shippers, the clickbaiting content farms, the disrespect to genuine artists, or just the lack of content in the game itself. I have seen so many videos of people ranting about these issues. To the point it feels like most of this community is nothing but negative situation after negative situation. It's getting very bad, and I fear for the future for this community. If this kind of stuff keeps happening, there will be no point in trying to voice our concerns. I could go on about all these issues, but the one I want to bring up the most is the game itself. Also with constructive criticism for Quell. No matter how polished the game may seem, the game is essentially broken. Not all of it, but most of it, with a lot of bad design flaws and god-awful mechanics. A vast majority of the trinkets are completely useless, and some of the toon's abilities are too, with some being just carbon copies of other toon's abilities, passive and active. When the Christmas event came out, a lot of people were expecting some fresh new ideas and concepts for the new toons we were receiving. But instead we just got basically nothing new. Cole's ability is just pebbles, but effective for the whole team. Ginger's is literally just Cosmos ability, but with a longer range. Rudy's is just flutters with no new quirk whatsoever. And Babette did not need to be a main toon. Her passive is so useless if she's nowhere near other toons, and her active only benefits herself, unlike the rest of the mains. Even though I am very grateful for the update, I still feel like a lot was either missing or was just utterly unnecessary, not to mention their trinkets. Rudy's trinket was absolutely unnecessary. It's useless now that the event is over, and everybody who plays the game was upset about that, and Cole's trinket was useless to begin with. Quell already got her laughs and when she made Shrimpo's trinket useless, but the joke bends over, and now it just feels like she's not putting as much effort as we were hoping for. A big majority of the update felt wasted. There are people who grinded so hard for Babette but never got her, and I feel so bad for them. All in all, this video isn't meant to be hateful towards the community or Quell. I see so many people trying to cancel Quell because she has made some poor decisions as a dev. But she, like anyone else, is human, and clearly she wouldn't be pushing this far if she genuinely didn't care about her game. She just needs to learn to listen and beware of the things her fans are doing and saying. This can't just turn into another Royale High situation, where the community and the devs are against each other. Quell needs to listen, and we need to do our part as the community to tone down the negativity and bad reputation on the fandom. And here's how you can do your part to help. If you come across any toxic players such as grifers, creeps, disrespectful people, inappropriate players, or harassment, report them immediately. Block that user, and also bring attention to the Blushcrunch Discord server. That way, anybody who is a victim won't be alone in seeking help. This also applies to people who are either spreading false information about the game's updates, creating or promoting inappropriate Rule 34 of the characters, anybody who is causing problems by pro-shipping, toxic people in general, and or spreading rumors or bad faith about Quell herself. This is also something I see very often. People will jump to conclusions and be misled, and it gives Quell and the community a bad reputation. Don't get it twisted. Quell isn't perfect, far from it, but she doesn't deserve to have all this bad mouthing about her when she's clearly trying her best. But she also needs to stop shrugging this situation off and treating her fans poorly. By all means, she has many issues to work on, but nobody deserves to be verbally harassed behind their backs. As I wrap up this rant, I would like to point out a few minor things I have experienced and or noticed in the community. People getting mad about ships. Quell has confirmed that all toons are legal adults, except for Toodles. She is a child, and the only confirmed related toons are Scraps and Goob, also Cosmo and Ginger. But that's all. Not once has Quell said that Shrimpo and Glisten were adopted by Tegan or Roger. So if someone ships Shrimpo and Tegan and someone says, "That's gross, that's her son!" Double quotes. Do not listen to them. That's false and it's just annoying. Having people say these things knowing it's not true. People fixing Rule 34 art. People will be pervs and get random Rule 34 art from the website and claim to be fixing it by basically tracing over the original art, which is just disgusting in it of itself. First of all, that isn't fixing shit. You're basically making it worse. And second, it is extremely dangerous to have that kind of stuff exposed to children on the internet. Children don't know what Rule 34 is, and it should stay that way. It's disgusting and basically art thief to swell. Trust me, hun, you ain't fixing shit by being a pervert. Lastly, people who are just shameless rude to starters. This one pisses me off the most. We were all starters at one point. Excluding them just gives them a reason to not even play. It took me a while to play in public servers when I started playing, and that's because people were so fucking rude to me. Again, people who do this are just giving the community a very bad reputation, especially to new players. There is absolutely no reason you can't just calmly and respectfully explain to the starter what not to do and how to play. I can understand if it's a certain type of run, but otherwise it's just embarrassing. I'm sure we can all collectively agree on these takes, and if not, then you are a part of the problem. So please, I beg of y'all to try your best to spread awareness of these problems, especially to the blush crunch community as a whole. We need to do something about these issues, or they will just continue to get worse. This is our only hope. I hope you enjoyed this rant, and it would be nice if you could give feedback and tell me what other Dandy's World content you would like to see. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It would mean a lot to me. Anyways, that's all for now. Bye, my lovelies.